All right, we're here with head coach of the UConn Huskies, Mr. Dan Hurley. UConn will be the number 3 seed in the Big East tournament starting this week. And coach, I guess I just want to start there. This was obviously far from a normal season. This was, maybe this isn't you didn't get the greatest perspective on it, but putting that aside, can you speak to, now that we have the regular season in the rear view, the Big East tournament coming up, what this has meant to the University of Connecticut for the Huskies to be back in the Big East? You're a Big East guy. You kind of understand the importance. What has been the feeling around Stores this season with the Huskies back in the Big East?
Yeah, I mean that kind of level of excitement this time of year. The UConn Huskies and both men's and women's basketball are like synonymous with success in March and kind of magic in March. Both the Big East tournament and the NCAA tournament. Obviously, UConn is a huge brand with some of the some of the best fans and most passionate fans in the country. And, college basketball and March basketball and Big East basketball is better, when you've got a healthy UConn team.
And, Coach, we have to ask this because you mentioned the magic of March and the fact that UConn, it seems like when it hits March, we have, the moment where we all point to and say, that's the team to watch out for.
It's time for UConn.
Yeah, and this year, everyone is pointing at your team right now. They're saying James Bouknight is back. This team's more dangerous and probably should be ranked higher.
They fit the model, Coach.
Yes, Coach.
You fit the UConn model.
Are you trying to keep people away, keep them at bay so they don't put too much pressure on you guys?
Yeah, yeah, we're not buying into any of that type of narrative. I mean, we took a really important step this year. It's like the year one was like just try to rebuild this culture, recruit, start developing our young players. Year two, obviously last year we were playing great basketball, and I think we had a great chance to potentially win the conference tournament. We were playing as good or better than anyone in the AAC last year going into the conference tournament. And, we've taken that next logical step this year, and we've competed towards the top of the Big East, and we're an NCAA tournament team. So, we're not going to drink the Kool-Aid, though. I'm a better coach, and, this team is better when we have a chip on our shoulder. And an edge to us, and we feel like we're doing the hunting, and we, from here on out to this one ends, but to the season ends, we will be hunting.
What is your philosophy? Because you said you don't want to drink the Kool-Aid. Tate and I are very much serving the Kool-Aid to all of America. We get very excited about narratives, obviously, in the media. That's what we do. So we draw parallels to Kemba Walker, UConn team that won a title, to the 2014 UConn team with Shabazz Napier. And as I said, this team fits the model with James Bouknight kind of being a guy. You guys play defense. Like the simplified version is play great team defense, give the ball to James Bouknight, and get the hell out of the way. And that has kind of been the formula for the past 2 national titles. So what is your philosophy towards your players and them not drinking the Kool-Aid? Obviously, these guys are on social media and they're seeing stuff. You guys were kind of on the bubble like a week and a half ago. Now all of a sudden people are saying you might be Final Four sleepers. Just that roller coaster. How do you keep your players, just calm down and play the game in front of you?
Hey, thank you too for simplifying my job too. Just the defense, the book. I got to write. All us head coaches, we do overcomplicate it. For us, it's always, we would just been focused on, kind of on that next game.
Yeah.
It sounds cliche. I think as a staff and players, when you coach or play at UConn, every game is a pressure cooker. The expectations and the standards that you're coaching and playing towards here are just, there's probably only 6 or 8 places in the country where the standards are what they are here. So, there's no bubble pressure. Every game is pressure here. Yeah. So, and then in terms of, my messaging to the team is, we just needed to get healthy. And it wasn't just Bouknight. Getting Andre Jackson back, he's been, he's really improved our defense in rebounding and our offense because he's such a beautiful passer. And he's such an athletic player at 6'7". So it wasn't just James that we've inserted into the mix here. Andre Jackson has been critical. But yeah, I mean, we're taking a bubble teams mentality. We take nothing for granted, and we're going to take the hell out this week.
Coach, a couple years back, Titus and I, we always hear the term player's coach, right? And, we try to find different coaches that we say is a player's coach. But I never saw someone showcase it in a game until you played SMU a couple years ago, and you decided to take a charge on the sideline as an actual head coach. And I think that set the tone for the program. Do you remember that moment? And I think Titus and I, we both fell in love with you that day.
Yeah, I mean, that was pre-flop rule, so the rest would be going like, this. It was Tyler, I believe, Polly, that ran into me, and Tyler's not exactly a physical specimen, so I had to sell it. But for me, it's like a simple formula. I mean, if you could survive my practices, if you could survive and thrive in my practices and fit into our culture in terms of being an all-about team. On game night, I'm going to support you. I'm going to throw all my support behind you. But you've got to earn that from me by being about the right things, by preparing the right way. And again, I'm not a player's coach in practice, but it's just my philosophy to drive my team hard in practice and to be really, really demanding. But then on game night, I've got to flip the script and become more of like the boxing trainer in the corner that's trying to make his fighter think he can do anything.
Yep.
I'm fascinated by coaches who played college basketball, and now your alma mater is in your conference. You obviously played at Seton Hall in the 90s. And the most famous example for us is Bill Self, who coaches at Kansas. And I swear to God, Coach, every time they play in Stillwater, Coach Self throws the game, and they lose. They lose to Oklahoma State. And so I'm not accusing you of anything. You guys just won in Newark not too long ago, last week, so we're good there. But I'm starting to kind of forecast this Big East tournament. Mm-hmm. If you were to play Seton Hall, it would be in the championship game. They need to win, I believe, to get into the tournament. Also, there's this nugget, Tate. I don't know if you're aware of this. Coach, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Your senior year at Seton Hall, you guys lost to UConn in the Big East tournament, I believe. So I'm just connecting some dots. Coach, can you promise America that your soft spot for Seton Hall, you're over it? You're a UConn guy through and through. There will never be a soft spot for Seton Hall if you're playing him.
No, no chance.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
I'm a killer out there. I don't. My oldest son, Danny's a senior at Seton Hall, and he got a lot of crap from people on campus when we lost. Because Seton Hall's his second favorite team. Yeah. He's loyal to the family. I met my wife Andrea there. I got a lot of love for Seton Hall, but no, you don't have to worry about that. My time there didn't go that great. Yeah. It wasn't a fairy tale. And my last two games in college, my senior day at Seton Hall, UConn came in and smacked us at Continental Airlines Arena, and then my last two college losses were against UConn. Then UConn eliminated us in the Big East quarters or semis, whatever it was. So yeah, no, you Husky Nation, you have no fear. I'm not throwing them.
Love it, Coach.
All right, Coach, we appreciate the time. Best of luck in the Big East tournament. Best of luck in the NCAA tournament. Obviously, we have to. We're not UConn fans, but there's something about this time of year that makes us UConn fans. I don't know what it is about it. So best of luck. We appreciate the time.
I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Hey there, thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.